Welcome back to Barn. It's raining. It's Tennessee. It does that. A lot. How was your week? My week, well, my week kind of sucked balls. Need a beer, or my third. Got my parts in. If you read the comments of the last video, which you probably didn't because nobody watches these videos, I ordered my relays. Unfortunately, what came in was these. Some old carbon comp resistors, 1 watt. And supposedly they're 39K, which was like, what the hell am I supposed to do with a 39K resistor? I'll verify them later, but would have been cool if there were some useful ones. But I did finally get them this week, well as my replacement jacks. As we talked about, we're going to replace this jack with this because we cannot have this thing connected to ground at all. This needs to be a floating island. You know, it's barely raining. It's loud as shit with this metal roof, but that is just the way it is. So I'm going to remove this shit and come back so you don't have to watch me do it. It's pretty simple. I'm going to remove this and remove this board. And then I'm going to wire it. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to add the original full wave version of this, which this board is designed for. So simple, add 2 diodes and just make sure you keep it in a closed loop. I'll see you right back in a minute. All right, got the board out. I got that in. Realize I don't have a stereo cable currently, so I'm not sure which ones these pins. I know these are ground, or I should say what this would refer to as the common area, so we know to use that. So when I use it, I'm just gonna hook the wires together when I do it. So anyways, if I can see this, you can see this right here. We're just going to put in the diodes right there, which are the tail end of the rectifier. Tiny. Try to do this quick. You know, I like to leave them a little long until they're in and then I'll cut them. Get in the hole. Looks like it had a little overflow with my solder. You can see overflow with my solder, so I'm going to have to do something about that to be able to get it to go. Let's turn on my soldering iron. Probably need that. Water my sponge. Not seeing what I'm doing. I have one of these. It's got to soak the sponge a little bit. Nope, that went everywhere, but that's okay. And I got soldering station. Wasn't too much. It works pretty good. I do like this better than the old soldering irons. Seems to work better. See, sponge isn't even completely wet with all that, so we're good. Probably can take a little more water. Thing's ready to go. Some more water. All right. I find my solder. Here's my solder. Clean my thingy. Okay, so what we can do, I'm going to solder the one in. All right, he's in. Now we get to do the fun. The next one. Where you want to take your hemos, because, you know, burn your goddamn hand and all that, because that's what's going to happen here. I'm going to try to force this through. So we have it in this hole. Now I need to force it in that hole. I'm going to heat the side up. Alright, we're in. May not be completely in there, but good enough. Now we can really solder it in there. Spur the back leg first to hold them in case it gets wonky. There we go. All right. Definitely all soldered in there. Everything's all bled together. Cut the ends off. All right. So what that is, he's in there. The ground was already in. Remember, the ground is not going to be connected to actual ground. So let's put this baby back in there. Cut that out so you don't have to watch me do it. Okay, we're back. We're about to test this, get all the metal and everything away. It's about 50 volts DC on this. Probably won't hurt me, but definitely want to make sure I'm not touching anything metal when I do this. You can see we now have, I've alligator clipped right down there with the heaters. It's going to come off the heaters right there. Alligator clipped them because I don't want to solder it all in until I know it's going to work. That's feeding the regulator. I have the 5 volt that comes out to here, where I have, actually you can't see that, I put it in there, here, where all my relays get their power from. Then all the relays, well, these 2 relays come here. This relay is something else. I'm not worried about that. I'm just testing if this works. I'm going to put new relays in there, which these are, as I stated in the previous video, lower impedance, lower amperage. But if this blows it out, I'd rather blow these ones out than my new relays. If this does blow out, I'm going to have to rewire all my preamp tubes at the lower voltage to stop this whole problem. That way we're not elevated with DC. This is the dilemma we have. The person I dealt with or had to fix, he hadn't done this situation before. So let's see what happens. I think I'm good. Let me just double check. Yeah. Actually, do I have this right? No, I am missing. Technically, no, I'm good. This is connected here, I'll do that. Okay, yeah, just making sure. And the rain's gonna start. So let's see what happens. We are up, we are alive. Let's give it a minute. Let's make sure you're alive with my transformers all good. Yeah, 469 volts DC. Now we're gonna do what we're gonna do. Of course, this is hard with the sound. I need to listen to the click because I don't have the LEDs in there. And I need to make sure that I don't touch anything else. Hell yeah, click. It's working. Hell yeah. It works. And that's what we're here to do. I'm just so happy about that. So it does in fact work. Now let's let all this drain out. So I'm going to build new boards. And I'm going to come back in my next video with what's actually going on. Because this is going to be a lot of little work just to get this prepped out. And like I said, it's rain. It's going to rain tomorrow, so that video could suck too. But it fucking works. Oh yeah. So we're back. I got the relay in there. I got it hooked up. I'm sorry, the regulator. I got the new relay in here. I also got the split. The guy had taken out my second coupling cap to go to the two. I get this better. The two gain pots. So now I got the gain pots. The switching is working. Because of what he used in my eyelets, I don't know where I'm going to put the cathode cap switching. I still got to replace this board, which I have it in. I just got to wire it up. But I don't know where I'm going to put everything. But so you know, it's powered up. Give it a second. I have everything down. Takes a second. I don't know if you can hear that. But that's the gain's off, the master's all the way up. And for an amp like this, generally don't want it cranked up all the way like that. That's not too bad. It's a high gain amp, it's a little noisy. Before, I mean, it was literally just boom. Now if you hear this, you turn it up, you kind of hear some noise. But this is this thing cranked to shit, which is crazy. Generally you don't want that. I mean, this is a loud amp. I mean, you get it on 2 or 3 and it's freaking kicking. So, I like this. You may have a little like that. Your master's just a little bit on, but your distortion is just, your overdrive is crazy. So this is a high gain amp. It's definitely, I've never built one this high gain, except for that one, which is super noisy. And I think the issue that I'm having here is affecting that one. But the low gain channels sound very nice. And I usually build, Mama said low gain, but not high gain. They're very clean amps. This is one of the, well, it's only the second time I've built this really high gain shit. And yeah, and I'll tell you right now, at that point, it's gonna be just complete distortion and craziness. So that's not bad. Generally don't want it wide open. But that's, for what this is, that's not bad. I'm gonna get a guitar in here later so we can see the difference between the sound. But I did check it. My glasses on. Gotta be careful. I'm going to turn this relay on. Oop, don't move. Yeah. So we have the master about mid. Got the first one, nothing. We're gonna get this one crazy. And you can see, as soon as you turn this off, it changes, see? That's the relays going through the different pots. So like you see, ooh, I smell something. I need to make sure that these are biased. But yeah, so there it is. That's working. Once we get it cleaned up and good, we should be fine. Once we get the guitar in there and really see what it sounds like. I mean, I have played through it before playing through it, and it is pretty loud. It's only 40 watt, but 40 watt is pretty crazy. These high gain channels, they're very loud. We played with it when we were at his house. He's like, you know, it is what it is. It's cost of doing business. It's going to be a little crazy. But when you got the noise versus the volume, it's a high gain amp. It is what it is. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit, and I'll come around on the next video.